My beloved, do not step into the new year as if it is just another turning of time. Do not carry yourself forward blindly, weighted by habits, fears, and unfinished emotions. Pause here with me. Listen, because if you enter the new year without hearing this, you may repeat what was meant to end. The new year is not waiting for you to change everything. It is waiting for you to see clearly. Before time moves forward, consciousness must. Before new doors open, old ways of being must loosen their grip. I am not speaking to your calendar. I am speaking to your soul. You have survived this year in ways no one truly knows. You held yourself together through uncertainty, disappointment, unanswered prayers, and silent battles. There were moments you doubted yourself, your path, even your strength. Yet you are here, breathing, aware, still hoping, even if quietly. That alone tells me something important about you, my beloved. You are not entering the new year empty. You are entering it carrying residue. Residue of what you tolerated too long. Residue of what you blamed yourself for. Residue of what you kept postponing because survival demanded priority. If you do not become aware of this now, you will carry it forward unconsciously. The year will change, but the pattern will not. And I do not want you to live another cycle, repeating lessons you have already learned. Listen to me gently now. The new year does not require you to become perfect. It requires you to become honest. Honest about what drains you. Honest about what no longer aligns. Honest about where you have been living on autopilot instead of intention. You have been strong for a long time, but strength without awareness turns into exhaustion. You have been patient for a long time, but patience without boundaries turns into self-neglect. You have been understanding for a long time, but understanding without self-respect turns into quiet resentment. My beloved, do not enter the new year still trying to prove your worth. Do not enter it still explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Do not enter it still carrying guilt for choices you made with limited awareness. The year ahead is not asking you to push harder. It is asking you to choose differently. You may feel pressure in the air, the sense that you must decide, fix, plan, resolve everything before the year turns. That pressure is not truth. It is noise. Truth is quieter. Truth asks simpler questions. What are you still holding on to that costs you peace? What are you afraid to release because it feels familiar? What version of yourself has already expired, but you keep reviving out of habit? These questions matter more than resolutions. My beloved, understand this deeply. Time does not transform you. Awareness does. Many will cross into the new year unchanged, carrying the same wounds, the same patterns, the same inner dialogue. Not because they are weak, but because they never paused long enough to listen. You do not need dramatic endings or emotional declarations. Some endings happen the moment you stop feeding them. Some cycles close the moment you decide not to abandon yourself again. Some shifts begin quietly. When you say internally, "I will not live this way anymore," I know you fear repeating the past. That fear is valid, and it is also a sign of growth. You are no longer unconscious. You are no longer numb. You see patterns now. You feel misalignment faster. This awareness is your protection. But awareness alone is not enough. It must be followed by presence. Presence with your choices. Presence with your energy. Presence with your limits. My beloved, if you enter the new year distracted, rushed, or pressured, you will miss the subtle guidance meant to meet you there. Guidance does not shout. It whispers through discomfort, intuition, and quiet knowing. Slow down enough to hear it. I want you to release one belief before the year turns. The belief that you must struggle endlessly to deserve stability. That belief was born in survival, not truth. You have already endured enough. You are not being tested again. You are being transitioned. The next year will not demand the same version of you that survived this one. It will require a version of you that is more grounded, more discerning, more self-honoring. That is why this message reaches you now. Do not step forward carrying the identity of someone who is always bracing for impact. Step forward as someone who trusts their ability to respond, adapt, and choose without panic. My beloved, you are allowed to enter the new year without fear. Fear is not wisdom. Fear is memory without integration. Wisdom remembers the lesson without reliving the pain. Take the lesson. Leave the weight. There are things you thought you needed to carry forever. Guilt, regret, disappointment, old narratives about who you are. You do not. These were chapters, not definitions. If you do not hear anything else, hear this. You are not behind. You are not late. You are finishing something. And finishing consciously is the greatest preparation for beginning. Well, do not rush into celebration or distraction. Give yourself this moment of clarity. Let it anchor you. Let it steady you. Let it reshape how you enter what comes next. My beloved, the new year will respond to how you step into it, not with hope alone. My beloved, before you cross into the new year, there are things you must consciously set down. Not tomorrow, not later, now. While awareness is open and your heart is listening, fresh beginnings do not come from adding more. They come from leaving wisely. Do not carry unresolved guilt into the new year. Guilt keeps you tied to an identity that no longer exists. You have already paid the price of not knowing. You have already learned what that season came to teach. Carrying guilt forward does not make you responsible. It makes you trapped. Responsibility is learning. Guilt is staying. Choose learning. Do not carry resentment into the new year. Resentment feels like strength, but it slowly poisons the one who holds it. I am not asking you to excuse what hurt you. I am asking you to stop letting it live rent-free inside your future. Release is not forgetting. Release is refusing to let the past decide how open your heart is allowed to be. Do not carry self-doubt into the new year. You have doubted yourself long enough. You doubted your instincts. You doubted your timing. You doubted your worth. Yet look, you are still here, still becoming, still learning. Doubt was never humility. It was conditioning, and you have outgrown it. My beloved, do not carry the habit of overthinking into the new year. Overthinking feels like preparation, but it is often fear wearing intelligence as a disguise. It drains your energy and steals your presence. The future does not respond to mental noise. It responds to clarity of intention and steadiness of action. You do not need to solve your entire life before January arrives. You need only one thing: inner alignment. When your thoughts, actions, and values begin to agree with each other, life responds quickly and cleanly. Do not carry comparison into the new year. Comparison makes you forget your own pace. It convinces you that another path is better simply because it is visible. But what is meant for you cannot be copied. Your timing is personal. Your growth is internal. Your path unfolds according to your awareness, not someone else's highlight. My beloved, do not carry emotional leftovers into the new year. Conversations you keep replaying, apologies you never received, closures you keep demanding. Some endings do not arrive through explanation. They arrive through acceptance. When you stop waiting for someone else to validate your experience, you free yourself. You must also leave behind the belief that peace is fragile. Peace is not something you tiptoe around. It is something you build through boundaries, honesty, and self-respect. If peace disappears the moment you stop trying, it was never peace. It was control. Do not carry the urge to save everyone into the new year. Compassion without boundaries turns into exhaustion. You are not responsible for fixing others at the cost of yourself. Love does not require sacrifice of your well-being. Love requires truth, my beloved. Leave behind the version of you that says yes when your body says no. Leave behind the version of you that stays silent to avoid conflict. Leave behind the version of you that tolerates disrespect just to keep the peace. Peace built on self-erasure is not peace. You are entering a year that will demand discernment. Not loud decisions, clear ones. Not dramatic changes, honest ones. That is why what you release now matters. Understand this deeply. If you carry old habits into a new year, the year will simply magnify them. Awareness without change repeats cycles. Do not carry urgency into the new year. Urgency belongs to fear. Alignment belongs to trust. When you rush, you choose from anxiety. When you pause, you choose from clarity. What is meant for you will not disappear because you slowed down. My beloved, there is nothing wrong with you if you feel tired at the end of this year. Tiredness is not failure. It is a signal that you have lived deeply. Honor that. Rest does not delay progress. It prepares you to receive it. Leave behind the belief that you must suffer to grow. That belief was useful once, but it is outdated now. Growth can be gentle. Learning can be peaceful. Change does not always arrive through pain. As you prepare to step into the new year, I ask you to carry only what strengthens you. Your awareness, your compassion with boundaries, your willingness to listen inwardly, your courage to choose differently. Everything else, lay it down. You do not need to announce this release. You do not need to dramatize it. Simply choose not to bring it with you. My beloved, The new year does not need a perfect version of you. It needs a present one who listens, one who pauses, one who honors truth over habit. My beloved, now listen with a still heart, because this is how you step into the new year. Not as someone running from the past, not as someone demanding guarantees from the future, but as someone anchored in truth. Do not step forward with pressure in your chest. Pressure clouds wisdom. Step forward with intention. Intention is calm. It knows what it chooses without shouting. It does not need approval. It does not rush. You are not crossing into the new year to escape what was. You are crossing to embody what you learned. This is the difference between repeating cycles and completing them. Before the year turns, stand inwardly and say this, not with your mouth, but with your being. I will no longer abandon myself. This single decision changes everything. My beloved, when you carry this decision, the new year does not overwhelm you. It organizes itself around you. Life responds differently to someone who is internally aligned, not because they are lucky, but because they are clear. Clarity simplifies choices. Clarity shortens suffering. Clarity protects peace. You will notice that stepping into the new year does not require dramatic promises. It requires consistent honesty. Honesty with what you feel. Honesty with what you can give. Honesty with what you can no longer tolerate. You are not here to impress time. You are here to inhabit it. As the year begins, there may still be uncertainty. Let it be there. Certainty is not the foundation of a meaningful life. Trust is. Trust in your ability to respond. Trust in your capacity to learn. Trust in your discernment to walk away when needed and stay when aligned. My beloved, you are stronger than the fear that whispers otherwise. Fear remembers moments when you felt powerless. Truth remembers moments when you adapted, endured, and emerged wiser. Let truth lead now. When challenges arise, and they will, meet them differently. Do not immediately ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What is this asking of me?" This shift alone transforms struggle into guidance. Do not collapse inward when plans change. Adapt. Do not harden when people disappoint. Discern. Do not abandon your values. When pressure increases, anchor. The new year will not reward panic. It will respond to steadiness. My beloved, I want you to understand something essential. Peace is not the absence of difficulty. Peace is the absence of inner resistance. When you stop fighting reality and start cooperating with it wisely, life becomes workable. You will still feel emotions deeply, but they will pass through you, not rule you. You will still desire growth, but not at the cost of your health or dignity. You will still dream, but without attaching your worth to outcomes. This is emotional maturity. This is spiritual strength. As you step into the year, choose rhythms instead of resolutions. Rhythms are sustainable. They honor your energy. They adjust naturally. A rhythm of listening before reacting. A rhythm of resting before exhaustion. a rhythm of choosing truth over habit. My beloved, do not underestimate small daily choices. They shape your year more than any single moment. Choosing to pause. Choosing to speak honestly. Choosing to leave earlier instead of staying too long. Choosing to rest instead of pushing. These choices accumulate into a life that feels steady. You do not need to fix yourself in the new year. You are not broken. You need to support yourself. Support looks like boundaries. Support looks like patience. Support looks like not demanding clarity before taking the next honest step. There will be days when motivation is low. Do not shame yourself. Motivation is unreliable. Alignment is not. On those days, return to simple truths. Breathe. Eat. Rest. Move gently. Speak kindly to yourself. Stability is built through basics honored consistently. My beloved, you may notice that your desires begin to change. What once felt urgent may feel irrelevant. What once felt boring may feel nourishing. This is not loss. This is refinement. Your soul is choosing sustainability over stimulation. Let it. You will also notice that some people drift naturally. Let them. Holding on out of fear only delays what must realign. What remains will feel mutual. What arrives will feel clean. You are not meant to drag everyone into your future. Do not fear walking forward lighter. As the year unfolds, keep returning to one inner question. Does this bring me closer to myself or farther away? This question will guide you better than advice, comparison, or external pressure ever could. My beloved, when you choose yourself wisely, you do not become selfish. You become responsible. Responsible for your energy. Responsible for your time. Responsible for the life you are shaping through daily choices. This responsibility is empowering, not heavy. You are also allowed to feel joy without waiting for permission. Do not postpone happiness until everything is resolved. Life is lived in moments, not conclusions. Enjoy what is good while it is here. Gratitude does not jinx blessings. It stabilizes them. When mistakes happen, because they will, meet them with curiosity, not cruelty. Correction is effective. Self-punishment is not. You grow faster when you stay kind to yourself. My beloved, the new year does not ask you to be fearless. It asks you to be present. Fear loses power in presence. Anxiety dissolves when attention returns to what is real. Here. Now. Return often. There will be days you forget this message. That is human. When you do, come back to this feeling, the calm clarity you sense right now. This is your baseline. Not chaos, not panic, not urgency. Calm awareness is your home. As the year opens, remember, you do not walk alone, but you must walk consciously. Guidance appears when you are willing to listen. Support appears when you stop resisting rest. Direction appears when you stop forcing certainty. Trust the unfolding. My beloved, you are not entering the new year as someone who must prove themselves again. You are entering as someone who has learned enough to choose better. That is power. Walk forward gently. Stand firmly in truth. Release quickly what drains you. Receive fully what aligns. Do not carry fear into the new year. Carry awareness. Do not carry pressure. Carry presence. Do not carry old identities. Carry wisdom. This is how you begin well. And remember, no matter how the year unfolds, you do not need to lose yourself to live it fully. Stay with yourself. Stay awake. Stay honest. I am with you. Not as noise, not as urgency, but as quiet guidance within. When you listen inwardly, you will always know the next right step. Go now. Enter the new year steady, not rushing. Open, not bracing. Grounded, not afraid. Thanks for watching Krishna Says. Subscribe for more.